In fact, this proof by Allah was so powerful that the promised Messiah even issued a 1,000 rupee challenge, challenging anyone to provide any other such example in history where God had shown this sign in favor of another claimant. What is the sign of the eclipses? One of the most fundamental ways to recognize the elect of God is through the support that they receive by the hand of God. It stands to reason, after all, that if an individual is indeed sent by Allah the Almighty, then they should also be aided and assisted by God's unparalleled signs and assistance. The case of the Messiah and Mahdi of Islam is no different. And just as signs had been manifested and established for the prophets of old, so too was the case for the Mahdi. In a grand prophecy, the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ foretold the coming of a Mahdi, a Messiah, a man who would return faith to the people and lead humanity towards God. But the recognition of this great man was not left to a matter of chance or guesswork. Rather, through his beloved prophet, Allah made a clear and manifest promise that when the time should come for the Mahdi, he would be accompanied by two signs, unique only to him. Two signs that would unequivocally establish and showcase his truth to the whole world. That during his claim of being the Mahdi, both the sun and moon would become eclipsed during the same month of Ramadan for the whole world to see. A hadith recorded in Sunan Darqutni and later proved true by Allah himself. And so, in 1891, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, having been instructed by God, made the claim to be that very same Masih and Mahdi. Yet despite demonstrating countless signs, many opponents and skeptics still refused to accept him. They demanded the two signs that they had been promised by no less than God himself. And so, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad turned to his master and made a powerful supplication, calling on Allah to come to his support and to grant him such succor as was given to the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ on the day of Badr. Just a month later, Allah brought forth the fulfillment of the grand prophecy made almost 1400 years ago. The moon was eclipsed on the 21st of March 1894, followed by a solar eclipse just a few days later on the 6th of April. These being the 13th and 28th of Ramadan respectively. But even this was not enough. For God wished to show that this was not mere chance. So where the eclipses took place in 1894 in the Eastern Hemisphere, they occurred yet again the following year in 1895 for the Western Hemisphere. Allah the Almighty, the Lord of all the worlds, the All-Powerful, decided to lend his support to the claim of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, and in such a way that could not have been the outcome of any human effort or interference. Not once, not twice, but 4 times, and across the entire sky for the whole world to witness. In fact, this proof by Allah was so powerful that the promised Messiah even issued a 1,000 rupee challenge in Nurul Haq Part 2, challenging anyone to provide any other such example in history where God had shown this sign in favor of another claimant. Indeed, the sign of the eclipses is one of the greatest signs that we are fortunate enough to learn about and prove. For by this one simple prophecy, we not only establish the truth of the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, but also that of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of God be upon him, who made this prophecy 1400 years ago, as well as the very existence of God himself, who foretold this news. When a sign is this clear, this manifest, and this verifiable, willful ignorance and blind rejection is simply not an option.